Everybody loves to want to know what the hallucinations say to me. Let's tell ya. How much money did you have in the bank? Check your bank balance. Oh, check if you have everything around you. Oh, what's the dog? Is the dog over there? What does this mean? What does that mean? What is this language? Do you know that language? Remember when you took that test when you were like 18 years old? Do you remember taking that test? Remember when you got that question wrong in 3rd grade, but you should have gotten it right? Oh, wait. Remember in 4th grade when you had to go to that music teacher and that music teacher was really annoying? Oh, wait. What about in 8th grade when you were in the wrong math class? Yeah, you were in the wrong math class. You should have been in that other math class. Oh, wait. In 9th grade, you got your braces off in 9th grade. Yes. Why does this thing constantly talk to me about annoying things? That's why, because we're just always talking back and forth about things that don't matter. But at least we're not mad at each other. Do my schizophrenic voices happen when I'm alone only? Absolutely not. They happen all the time. In front of people too. The thing is, usually if I'm under like a lot of stimulation, they won't happen like that. But maybe you're just around people and things aren't too stimulating, like the subway. And then you just start talking to yourself on the subway. But that's why I wear sunglasses, earbuds, and a mask so people don't know. But they have happened in front of people, and then people used to say, "See that hammer? She just has a stare. She's got a stare about her." But that's okay. The thing is, usually when I'm around people, they'll snap me out of it. So, whatever. You know what I mean. How long do my schizophrenia episodes last? This is a great question. They can go from seconds to repeatedly hours, repeatedly all day. Sometimes one just keeps going around and around, and it comes back and it goes back and forth and in and out and in and out and in and out. If no one's there to stop me, or if I don't notice the video camera, they can go on just, an hour or more. And then I realize, wasn't I watching this show? How come I don't remember anything? And what have I been doing? Is it possible for me to fight against the voice telling me what to do? This is a great question. The thing is, in the past, fighting the voice, I couldn't fight the voice. The voice would just take over and over and over and tell me to do bad things, kind of like hurt myself, things like that. So, the only way to fight the voice is by taking medicine. In my case, that's the only way to fight the voice. Otherwise, the voice is going to make me do what it's going to make me do. How did I feel the first time I saw myself having a schizophrenic episode? That's a great question. This is the first video I ever saw of me having a schizophrenic episode. Well, I was very surprised when I watched that. I was just shocked that that's what it actually looked like, but I'm glad that I got it on video because I wanted to see it and I wanted to show it to my doctor. So it was really helpful and I was really intrigued. It was cool. Have the hallucinations ever caused me physical or mental harm? Let's talk about it. Well, I would say yes, because I have tried to die by suicide on a couple of occasions, and that was due to, hallucinations and voices and delusions in my head. And yeah, so it would cause that, that's mental harm, that's physical harm, things like that. Unfortunately, that happened. I'm much better now. I'm much more recovered from that. And so I would answer yes to that. Hope that helps. Have I ever been depressed because of my condition? Let's talk about it. Well, I have schizophrenia, and they know that I also have, depression, so I get sad because of that. But do I get sad because I have schizophrenia? No, not really, because I'm living my best life. I always say getting diagnosed with schizophrenia was the best thing that ever happened to me, because then I could be treated for the correct illness, and it finally on the right meds. So I'm not upset that I have schizophrenia, because I'm treated just fine because of that. Am I upset because of any other thing? Well, just look at the world I live in. Is there something not to be upset about right now? I think everybody can be a little upset right now. I'm just saying. Do my schizophrenic episodes confuse my reality? Yes, my schizophrenic episodes do confuse my reality, because sometimes I believe that what happens in my schizophrenic episodes actually happened in real life, and then sometimes I'll be mad at people, but they didn't really do anything, or sometimes I'll just think that things happened that didn't happen, had a conversation that never had happened. People sometimes I've started fights, arguments with people about things that happened that never happened. So yeah, they confuse my reality. Definitely for sure. But not all the time, but they do. I always open to medication. What changed my mind? You know what? I really actually wasn't always open to medication. When I was first misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, I did not like the medication I was put on and decided I was never going to take meds ever again. And then I ended up in the psych ward 2 separate times. It wasn't until maybe I was about 20 years old where I finally decided that, okay, I need medication and I want to feel better. And then once I did that, I found my life getting better. Better things were happening to me. People around me liked me more. Life just improved. I didn't want to get mad. I didn't want to get sad. I didn't want to be constantly hearing voices in my head or feeling really anxious. I was just like, I know the meds help. I don't like taking them, but I'm just going to take them. And it worked out. And that's really just what happened. It worked out. My life got better. When I'm talking to a schizophrenic hallucination, do I ever answer my mind or do I always speak out loud? You know what? It kind of goes either way, but it's mostly out loud or just moving my mouth and not really speaking out loud. Just all the time. And you know what? A lot of times this happens when I'm just like walking my dog and I'm just like, yep. But don't worry, I'm paying attention to my dog. Please, people that are going to come after me about, abusing my dog or whatever. No, my dog is fine. Just I'll be walking my dog down the street now. I'm like, don't worry, I put earbuds in so everyone thinks I'm on the phone with somebody. That's how I roll. Don't, it's okay. That's how I handle it. And yeah, so I'm just chit-chatting with nobody as I walk my dog, and I speak out loud when I'm just mouthing things, and I don't know where I kind of went with this one, but I hope I answered your question well. Thank you, and peace. So you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia. What's next? First of all, do not get down on yourself when you've gotten a schizophrenia diagnosis. You might be scared because all you ever hear on the news are those horrible stories about people with schizophrenia that hurt people. What you need to know is that people with schizophrenia are more likely to be the victim of violence rather than the perpetrator. Now, don't get scared that you'll now be the victim of violence. Now that you've been diagnosed correctly, you're going to be medicated for the right illness. What's great about that is you are now going to be medicated for the right illness. Are you listening to me? You are now going to be medicated for the right illness. Being medicated for the right illness is only going to help because then you are going to be medicated for the right illness. Being medicated for the right illness is important because that's how you can get better. Getting better is important because in mental illness and in mental health, we want to get better. We want to feel normal, whatever normal is. We want to feel good. We want to feel happy. We want to feel love. Thank you for commenting that you got diagnosed with schizophrenia, and I don't think you should be ashamed whatsoever, and I think anyone diagnosed with schizophrenia should not feel any shame whatsoever. You can live a successful and fulfilling life with schizophrenia. You can do it. I believe in you, and I believe with everyone with schizophrenia can do that. How did I first accept that I was having schizophrenia hallucinations? Let's talk about it. The question I'm really being asked here is, how did I gain insight into my illness? Well, it wasn't so much with hallucinations, it was more with delusions. I was extremely delusional growing up. I believed that my mother was trying to hurt me, sabotage me, or want me dead. And I denied every help that she was trying to give me because I believed she was trying to hurt me. So I go to college, I'm free of her, everything's fine for a while, and all of a sudden, I start thinking my roommate, my best friend, is trying to hurt me, sabotage me, and want me dead. That doesn't make any sense. And why am I having these same paranoid thoughts that I had about my mom, I'm now having about my roommate? And that's when the click went off in my head. Oh, it is me. Something's not right. And it's not that things just got automatically better from there. I was 18 then when that happened, and I didn't get my real diagnosis of schizophrenia until I was 22. So it's not like things just magically got better. It takes time, but if you do spend a lot of time just trying really hard and finally accepting that you do have an illness, things can get better, because once you get that right diagnosis, you can go living your life and enjoying things and being the person you've always wanted to be. So good luck. Why do I talk to schizophrenic hallucinations if I know they're not there? Let me explain. Here's the thing. When I'm talking to a schizophrenic hallucination having a delusion, I have no control. I really leave reality and just start talking to people that aren't there. And until somebody snaps me out of it, I'm going to keep doing it until I'm done. So it's not that I know it's not there, it's that I cannot control doing this. It is just something that I do. I cannot stop it until I notice I'm doing it or someone slaps me out of it. Honestly, I really can't just say, hello, I know you're not there. Hi, I know you're not there. I can't do it. It's not like that. I really enter a different world where I believe I'm there with other people. That is how it is. They're just there. They're there, and I'm not here. They're there, and we're here. It's just like, it takes over the whole thing. I don't know how else to explain. It's very confusing. I'm sorry. So here's a question about dating with schizophrenia. Let's talk about it. So dating with schizophrenia can always kind of be hard because you feel like you kind of got that secret. But nowadays, people are very open. People talk about everything, and everyone seems to have some sort of issue anyway, right? So I would say just tell them pretty quickly, because if there's an issue above it, just, you want to nip it in the butt really quick. That's what I would do. I mean, that's what I do when I, dating, all that kind of stuff. So, that's my advice, person. You can follow it or you cannot follow it. Your choice. Do I know the people that I hallucinate with? Great question. Yeah, I know the people that I hallucinate with. It's usually people that I've met in the past, it's always people that I met in the past, I guess, yeah. And then I'm having just a whatever conversation. I know I might be replaying a conversation. I know a lot of people say they always replay conversations, but it's different because I actually do believe the people are there with me and that we're really, really talking, and I get really into it, and it's just gets really intense. But I do know the people, and we have just whatever conversations. Sometimes it's people that I argued with. Sometimes it's people that I had a lot of fun with. But yeah, I know them, and that's just how it is. Okay. I hope I answered your question well. How do I deal with schizophrenia? Let me tell you. I take medicine. I take it in the morning, in the afternoon, and before I go to bed. That's what I do.